Hey everyone. So I did a video a little bit back showing you kind of some different setup ideas that I was using. Mainly I was trying to figure out how to use OBS to kind of create a little bit more of an immersive online teaching experience. And I think I've pretty much ironed out what I like. Of course, there's some other things that I would like to be able to do, mainly how to play like a metronome through my computer and stuff like that. I'm working on it. I'm coming up with stuff, always doing. I just kind of wanted to show you guys what is possible and also how easy it is. I'm using a software called Open Broadcast System. It is free. And then I'm using a plugin called the OBS Virtual Cam, which runs a virtual camera that can be ported into Zoom and other things. So what you're seeing now, what I am seeing, is what is being displayed through Zoom or through something else. This is software that's mainly used for like video game streamers. But hey, why not use it for us, right? So, anyways, I collected every single bit of technology that I could find. I made myself a couple of lights. You can kind of see they're pretty close. They're LED lights. I think I made them for about 13, 15 bucks a pop. They're pretty bright. They're pretty good. I've got another one down here on the floor so that my cello's a little illuminated. I'm using an old cell phone as a camera because it's a decent camera and much better than everything that I was using before. And I've got, my computer over here to the right of me, or I guess it looks like that. And I got a monitor over here so I can see nice and big. Got the audio routed through like a audio interface. You don't need all that stuff though, because that's all separate. You know what I mean? All you need is a computer and something to plug the camera into, I guess. I'm using the audio interface because I bought this lapel mic so that I don't like blow my voice out. Honestly, it's been great. It's been wonderful. I need to still kind of figure it out. I still get it to like pop and stuff like that every once in a while, but I leveled it all out. You got to sit there and fiddle with the levels, make sure. And I got another microphone that's kind of out of the shot right here. That's just there to pick up my cello and kind of make it sound a little juicier. So I noticed a lot of my students were just like dead. They're so tired. I've never seen so many like stressed out middle schoolers in my life, okay? Because everything is online, and online school, I can imagine, would be really difficult to deal with. So I've been trying to figure out how to like sort of entertain a little bit here. Like think about this less about teaching the lesson and more think about like how can I bring you back into the immersive experience of the lesson, of having me be like right there with you, right? And so a single shot, in my opinion, it just doesn't do it, right? So I have my full shot here. I have my bow hand shot, which is it's a cropped in a little bit here, right? And this was a old Nexus 7 from 2011 or 2012 that I have that works just fine. I'm using a software called Touch Portal. Makes it run as a stream deck. All right, so it's got all these little buttons that changes the view, okay? So I got my bow hand. Now, as you see, I have a very zoomed in bow hand scene here. This is useful for displaying, telling people how to do stuff on the bow. That kind of stuff, you know what I mean? And then also we have the super zoomed in one. All right, I haven't really found that much use for this one yet. I've used it like maybe once or twice. One time I was doing something up here, and that worked for that. But this is useful for being, trying to get people to do bow hand stuff. You know what I mean? To try and emphasize, hey, you want your bow hand to look like this, and then you get it up real close, and I don't have to stretch my hand out and do anything like that. So that's kind of nice. And then over here, I've got my left hand scene, which is sort of like a little bit more of a focus. I really try to get my elbow in there. Really try to get my elbow in there because that's important. And then I've got an even closer one, which is good for first position stuff. I probably need to add one that deals with the higher position stuff, but that works pretty well. I also have a little scene over here, so I have one where I put myself over here in the corner, and then I've got some music. This is the whatever's on my iPad is being directed, and so I have my little pencil here. Just using Fourscore, I can go in here and I can annotate stuff really quickly. This is very helpful if I'm like, no, this needs to be like a down bow right here, this note right here, right? And then you just kind of just get used to it like that. There's a little bit of lag, but honestly, that's fine. It's not that big of a deal. It's a wireless connection, which is kind of nice. And then I also just have the music without that but I think that this one's kind of fun, you know. And then just because, you know, we're in the entertaining mode here, I have some fun things, right? I have my little hands clapping, which some people really don't like, by the way. And then also for one of my students who needs to remind, I've been using this one, which is just a very aggressive elbow. And, you know, I had this one, I did a group class, and I was like, I wanted to be like Happy Fall. We were also doing Beethoven, so I have a little sneaky Beethoven over there. And then this one is good for, you know, the kids that don't like the hands clapping. This one's a little bit less aggressive. You know, kind of, wait, hide my face, you know. And I'm working on this one. Happy Halloween, you know, gotta do that one. I wanted to get this bat thing where it like swoops in, you know what I mean? That'd be sweet. But yeah, you know, so all of this to say, it's very complicated, but actually what this does is it lets me be like, okay, so let's work on a little bit of box suite, right? So what I want is we're going to talk about our bow over here, and we're going to say, you notice how I am connecting with the bow as I come into the frog. I go in, out, and then I come back to the frog. You can talk about the finger moving here, right? You can talk about how I'm not breaking my wrist when I make bow movements and how my elbow is. You can also talk about in context seeing how you open your elbow when you want to talk about this, and you talk about why that is, because you could zoom in and say, well, look, theoretically the bow is supposed to be straight if you know I'm actually doing what I tell my students to do, right? You know, stuff like that. And then you talk about with your left hand, okay, let's talk about some passage work here. Right? And we're talking about the passage work, but then if we really need to be like, no, this is a B natural, C natural, D natural, right? Or second finger. It makes it really, really clear that I am talking about this. And, you know, that's what it's all about. You can go right back out to this. And if they're having trouble with, you know, where are we starting? What note are you talking about, right? You can just go right over here and you can, you know, circle stuff. You can mark bowings. You can do this. You know what I mean? And if I was really fancy, what I would say is you can get this, you know, so that I could export like PDFs on the fly and send it to people and stuff like that. But, you know, I'm not that cool. I can't do that. So anyways, I'm just trying to say, I've sort of arrived at this. This is all software that's out there, and it's definitely usable. I'm running this on 2012 MacBook Pro. You know what I mean? I'm not running this beefy computer. It's like a 2012 MacBook Pro with a solid state drive and 8 gigs of RAM. So if you have something comparable to that, you can do everything that I'm doing right now and still have a lot of headroom. You know, I've got like a mouse over here for controlling like Zoom stuff, and I'm still adding more buttons to my Stream Deck setup over here, you know, getting things set up. And I have, you know, these headphones so I could hear, and I have a little, I bought, or I guess my parents gave it to me, this little volume controller thing, so I can, you know, just control the volume that goes in my headphones. And the lapel mic honestly is extra, but I like it because it keeps me from blowing up my voice again. But I just wanted to show everybody it's possible now to add a little bit of magic to your, you know, your lessons and kind of help yourself. It keeps me engaged because now I'm pressing buttons and I'm doing stuff. I'm not just talking at a camera. I'm like trying to be specific and point out things, and I feel like it's actually made my teaching better. So hit me up if you have any questions. I'd be happy to talk about it with you guys. It's all super simple, and most of it actually is free, so that's kind of nice. But yeah, anyways, yeah, thanks for watching, and you know, I hope you have a great week. You know, we gotta have a happy fall. We have a happy fall, right? Not a sad fall.